Shut up and sit down.
Namaste friends, I'm Simon.
I'm Ellie.
And if you enjoy our videos, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and of course hit that bell thing. That would be very kind of you indeed. And tonight, as we do most nights, we're checking out movie trailers that are recommended by you guys, filming our typically stupid reactions to those trailers.
So what do we have coming up next?
Well, next up, we've actually had quite a few viewers who remembered way back when we covered our very first Indian movie. I was talking about growing up with some dear friends of mine from Nepal. And we've got a few viewers from Nepal who are saying, we would love for you to check out some Nepali movies. So there's one in particular that everybody has recommended. It's called Loot 2. It's a 2017 movie, and it had the biggest box office opening in Nepalese history. So the first movie, just to kind of catch you up, it revolved around a huge bank robbery with the main character, Haku Kale, who was basically stitching up the rest of his team, framing them for the robbery so that he could take all of the money for himself. Now, in the second movie, his old team have escaped from prison. They're looking to get revenge on him, but now he's no more just some random criminal walking around. He's now one of the biggest crime lords in the entire city. So you've got his old crew, I think 4 of them coming after him. You've got him as this established crime lord. And everyone tells me this is the Nepali movie that you want to check out. So I am super excited to see Loot 2 and see what we think about it. So we're going to check out the trailer now. If you want to hear what we think about it, then stick around until the end and we will tell you. But for now,
let's go.
Let's roll that trailer.
4 वर्ष खोरमा कोचियो कुन बाटो रोजेर हिँडेको मान्छे कहाँ गएर फस्यो न पैसा हात लायो न केही अनि कहिलेसम्म चाहिँ यो घण्टाको घण्टा जस्तो यता उता हल्लिराख्ने कस्तो नभेटिएला र त्यो काले हाकु म छ नि त्यसको राज खानी निकालेर दामी आलुदम बनाएर कुकुरलाई खुवाउँछु आइन्दा यो एरियामा तेरो गन्ध मात्र भेटे भने तेरो रगतको चोई र मासुको छोइला कचरा बनाएर विष्णुमतीको गिटारलाई छर्दिन्छ
These are some great insults.
And threats.
म तिनीहरुको दाना काटेर कुण्डल
सिंहलाई आफ्नो एरिया बनाउन त्यहाँ ढुकेर बसिराख्नु पर्दैन पासा तिरिक्क मुड्डिया मात्र पुग्छ साला यसको आँट छैन क्या आँट देखौ बोला
Whoa. Nice.
तेरो यादले सताको सताइ थियो मलाई पहिले यस्तो थाहा पाएको भए त हिरोइन नै बिहा गर्थ्यो नि किन ल्याउँथे तलाई
ल्याउँछ यस्तो अनुहारले हिरोइन
धेरै छ खुब मिस नेपाल जस्तो अनुहार कसम भनेको त भट्टीमै ठिक थिस यार पाण्डे बल दिमाग हैन भाग्य चाहिन्छ भाग्य अन्त मर्यो होला के बुझ्छ मर्यो जन मर्यो भने खतम भइसक्यो कुटी सबै कुरा त्यसले ओकलु लाएर रेकर्ड गर्ने भनेको हैन यो पैसाको छैन बुद्धको देश भनेर मक्क परेर बसिस होला बाउको बिहा देखाइन्छ बासोहरुले अनि थाहा पाउँछस् बोलेन पैसा दिमाग लगा दिमाग म्याचिस बल्ल थाहा भइसकेन कति दुख्छ भनेर
खुब छोरालाई डाक्टर बनाछु अरे
बा हेर्न बोल अहिले तिम्रो सिरो टुटेर तेरो म
छुटेर के चाहिँ गर्छौ
ल
मार्छौ मलाई
ल छोड दे
मार न त ल मार लले त जिब्रो टुट्छ
जान्ने भएर धेर नबुझ जिब्रो सिब्रो टुटेर मुख खाइदिन्छु भनेको त्यसलाई टंकिस भन्छ
Oh my goodness! Wow. So Loot 2, that was a lot. Not what I was expecting at all. I guess I was expecting some kind of Godfather style, like a mafia type of a deal with like well-dressed crime bosses. This was very raw. Oh my god, the insults and the threats were just so cool. Wow, what did you think of it? My mind is kind of blown for the minute.
It looks like so much fun. It's quite clear that it's got a smaller budget than the other movies that we've been watching. But what they've done with that budget says so much about their skill. I feel like it takes, like if you've got a big enough budget, you can do pretty much anything in a movie. But with a small budget, you have got a lot of challenges to overcome. And just the number of scenes that they were able to film, like in all different kind of locations around cities and things. And just the fight scenes and the special effects, it just looks incredible what they've managed to achieve with this.
Yeah, absolutely. There's something just slightly subtly different about Nepali culture that comes through in this as well. That, we're still in very, very early stages of learning about Indian culture, so we know virtually nothing at this point. But there was just a different feel to this, like slightly different. Even things like the way people were dressing, like their mannerisms, like the haircuts and things, there were just slightly different vibe to it that coming out of Nepal. And similarly with like the locations as well. Even though, we've seen movies in India with ancient temples, there's something just slightly different about the ancient temples in Nepal. So yeah, I actually really liked that slightly different cultural feel. It really makes me want to just learn more about Nepal.
Yes, and get some Nepalese snacks.
Yes. And yeah, I guess the background with my history with Nepalese people, I stayed in a house for a while when I was maybe 17 or 18. And one of my best friends there, most of the guys in the house were from Nepal. One of my best friends was a guy called Dashrath Giri, and he was one of the Olympic Muay Thai fighters from Nepal. So when you consider how good people in Nepal are at Muay Thai boxing, to anyone who doesn't know it, the fact that he was on the Olympic team from Nepal, his skill level was unbelievable. And he was probably at least a foot shorter than me. And I'm not a tall guy, but he was a lot smaller than I was. And he could, just from a relaxed stance, jump in the air and literally kick a melon off of my head. Like I could literally balance a melon on my head. He could jump off the floor like 2-3 feet in the air and fly and kick this thing off my head. And because he was just a small guy, like he was very unassuming looking, we would go to nightclubs and things, and every big meathead would try to shove him around. And he never seemed aggressive, but he could absolutely beat the crap out of anybody in that nightclub. I wouldn't have wanted to mess with him, but stupid drunk people are stupid drunk people. Anyway, all of that being said, it did kind of remind me in this movie, though, there was a lot of kind of posturing, a lot of the threats. Again, I love the language. I'm going to tear off your ears and make them a vulture's necklace or something. Like, I can't even imagine. I can't even think up myself the kind of imaginative insults and threats that they were throwing out. But yeah, I actually thought the posturing actually really reminded me of those nightclub times where people would walk up to Dash and try to bully him, and he would just be super calm and collected and just not care. And like the violence as well in this actually seemed very real. Like we see a lot of kind of choreographed fight scenes where people are obviously missing each other by a mile, and it shows. Like you can put in whatever punchy sound effects you like, but the ones in this, they actually felt more like a Tarantino movie or something, the way people were being slammed into walls or thrown through tables and things. I thought that was actually really, really cool. And the same with the vehicle scenes. There were just a few clips of like a car chase, and the cars were literally falling over on their sides and grinding down the road. And that's a real Jeep or something that was happening to. It's not CGI. It's not, something in front of a green screen or on some kind of a mechanical lift. That was a car falling over. And I kind of feel like the reality comes across so strongly in movies like this. So yeah, would you watch Loot 2? Is it the kind of thing that you would give some time to?
Yes, I really like heist-type movies, and I like revenge-type movies. So revenge for a heist where they were done wrong, I'm really into that.
Yeah, same. And I love this kind of gangster style movie as well, especially one that's not too mafia centric. I like kind of street gangs and that kind of thing. So yeah, it really hit the spot for me as well. Hey, well, thank you so much to our Nepalese viewers for recommending Loot 2. We're actually going to check out other Nepalese stuff in the future, but this was a really, really strong recommendation to start us on this journey with. So you guys rock. And I guess that's all we've got time for today, so we will see you next time, friends, on the next Dork Trailer Ambush.
Peace out, nerds.
Bye.
Shut up and sit down.